Yeah, hello, welcome to this video. I've started something new. I wanted to try something new. Yeah, what is this? It looks a bit different. This is software called Arena. It allows you to install engines and play against them, which normally, well, I don't do. But sometimes I feel I should take on one of those computers that are so much better now than humans anyway. Yeah, what is the reason? I recently watched some videos, and it seems that material odd games are getting more popular. There have been matches by some top grandmasters playing. I think it was it Komodo in this case? Yeah, one of the top engines at least, where the grandmaster was given an extra exchange or an extra pawn and things like that. And also I saw that Danny Wrench has played some odds matches against I think it also was Komodo. I'm not quite sure what it was. One of the top engines at least. So I figured I wanted to try as well. I'm not quite sure about my chosen format, but I'm just going to give it a go and see what happens. I'm going to play 3 minutes and 2-second increment. So it's blitz with 2-second increment. You really need an increment against the computer, otherwise it will simply win on time on dead positions. It just doesn't give you a draw. 3 and plus 2 is of course pretty quick, but yeah, wait until you learn of the material odds. I'm going to made a small list here of what I'm going to do so that I'm not screwing things up. I'm going to play 2 games with queens up, 2 games with the rook up, 2 games with the knight up, 2 games with an exchange up, and 4 games where I'm getting the f pawn, that f7 pawn, taken away from the computer. So this will be a match of 4, 8, 12 games. 12 games, and my goal is to win this match. I mean, okay, with queens up and rooks up and so on, I should manage, but the exchange up and the f-pawn, that's already getting very difficult. So I'm playing Stockfish here on unlimited strength. It's I'm operating here on a maxed out iMac. That means it's a quad core with 3.8 gigahertz or something. I don't know, close to 4 gigahertz. It's pretty strong computer. I mean, it's not super high end, but pretty okay. So also there is, I don't know how to get rid of that. Here we have this here where the computer is calculating. I'm just altering the window, so you see exactly what I'm seeing. I'm not cheating here. I don't see the computer evaluation or anything. Clock times are here, and I removed the black queen. So this is how we start. So 2 games with me being a queen up. I really hope I'm not screwing those up. Okay, let's see what happens. 3 plus 2, I have to be aware of the clock, not forgetting about this. Yeah, queens up, you really should open up the position quickly. Yep, I don't mind that. The exchange French gets to be pretty good if you are a queen up. If you hear some veering noise, that's the fan of the computer. I activated this to work on 7 of the 8 virtual cores, so it is really yeah, I figured 1 core should be for the recording software. I mean, I'm not sure, that's probably a naive way to think about it, but I know it just has 4 cores, but it has 8 virtual cores. Okay, yeah, I'm just taking d5. Let's open up the position as much as possible. Okay, besides the fact that queen odds are a little bit much. Okay, sorry. The computer is actually set to resign if he is 9 points down. I should probably switch that off. And yeah, it's silly. I should switch that option off. Didn't think about that before. So I'm just going to castle c4 d5. It's a queen after all. I'm not sure what Danny Ranch did. He also started with queens up. I watched the beginning of one of the videos. Computer is not playing. Now it is. Maybe it's getting frustrated. Yeah, come on, let's trade stuff. That's a good recipe. If you material up, play active moves while offering trades. I don't think I can pre-move here. Yeah, I've chosen the Arena software because it is open source. I could have used some chess-based product, but they are notoriously... yeah, they don't want their software to be used on videos. Okay, well, the queens up part is easy, I know, but I want some points at least. So let's see, bishop here, or maybe getting the queen where I cannot move. I had this bishop clicked. Yeah, I want the queen on e3. And rook d1. Don't need to do anything fancy with the queen up. Yeah, let's use all pieces here. Yeah, maybe you can do this a bit more aggressively, like g4, f4 and stuff. But or maybe I do that next. Attacking the king is not a bad idea with that extra queen. I'm a bit surprised that the engine is playing that slowly. Maybe it is just speeding up later. Bishop d5 coming. Automatically want to pre-move. Yeah, bishop e6 didn't help either. It's a double on the d file. I'm happily going for rook d7 if I can enter there. Yep, engine prevented that. So let's activate the queen. Maybe like a rook d8 coming or so. Well, maybe just e6. Huh? Let's go e6. Want to open things up. And pile up on the e file to trade. Get the final piece trades in here. Okay, take some more stuff. And bishop d6 now to get rid of the last material here. Okay, so I was pretty confident that I'm going to do it with the queen up, so I'm glad that worked out. Okay, I won the very first game, but it definitely will get more exciting with the material odds decreasing. So I'm 1 up in that match. Let's see, I'm not really, I think I just go on new here, right? New, and I have to alter the position, set up position. Okay. I think I'm going to have white in all games. I don't even know how I switch the board here. And it really doesn't matter, I think, with the odds. Okay, let's see again. Let's go d4. Just curious what the computer does. Is it doing the same thing again? Okay, I'm just playing like like I'm normally doing. Okay. Oh, I don't really recognize sometimes that it's my move. Yeah, that's a Nimzo without the queen. It's funny, playing a queen up. Yeah, one thing that is kind of funny with those odds games is that the human player really has normally no kind of experience with that. I mean, queens up is really just too much, but yeah, the pawn up, exchange up, it's fairly uncommon. I can't even remember playing with material odds. Yeah, I still switched off that black resigns thing. But okay, that will probably be the last time that this is... well, there's no pin on the queen. Probably be the last time that this is relevant. At least from the very beginning. Yes, this move is now somewhat possible, of course. With the queen on d8, you can just take the queen. Okay. So we have traded some stuff. Yeah, maybe I can try for some quicker attack now on the king here, based on pieces. Queen to h4, bishop d3, those kind of things. Just shouldn't get the queen trapped. That would be rather embarrassing. f5 or something? No. So just e4 and d5, that closes the position. I didn't want that, actually. Well, why not? Come on. What can I do? Just my style of playing. Couldn't go bishop d3 or anything aggressive quickly. And it's a queen, yeah. So knight d4, I'm taking and play bishop to d3. That looks fairly normal. My computer really takes lots of time. I really wonder that is a really proper setup. Of course, it can always speed up enormously later, but still a bit surprised about this. Okay, maybe castles, and I'm trying for a quick f4. Knight d2, possibly f4. Yeah, I will get the knight to f4, I guess. Yeah, maybe. No, let's go there. If I sometimes don't see the move plate, there is also no sounds on. Never really used this software before, so slightly unfamiliar with things. Okay, we got the knights traded. That's good news. I cannot lose the queen to a knight fork. And of course I want to open up. Taking on e5. The f pawn, no. This one, I can go b4 as well. No, come on. b4. If I really get no time, I will probably have some problems with handling this interface, simply because not being very familiar with it. Preparing for c5 here. I could have played d6, by the way. So, pawn do rolling. Yeah, it's fun with the queen up. Yeah, I will have much trouble later, so please be kind about this. I like to win some games against this engine. So I'm going to use the rook. Maybe the computer has no time now. Yeah, maybe just rook c8. Queen. It's no stalemate, right? Don't tell me I'm stalemating the comp. Yeah. Yeah, okay, now it's made. So I won the 2 games with the queen up. This is certainly something that could have been expected. But yeah, I watched some of those videos, and with pieces it already gets tricky. Okay, so new game, set up position, and now I'm going to take away Stockfish's rook and see what happens. Okay. Yeah, rook is really a lot. Okay, I'm going to open up the position as quickly as possible. I think this should be a good recipe. Maybe even bishop c4, maybe like the, what's this called, Danish gambit or something. Okay, this cannot be bad. I just do this. And bishop c4. I mean, whoa. Okay. That looks kind of wrong, but maybe it's necessary already. Yeah, I think I go back and keep the pin. Keep the pin alive. Like rook e1, knight d5. Just trying to attack with that extra material. Yeah, now you can actually think of sacrificing, but it's really not necessary. It's not bad, probably. But this also feels very, very okay. In black's king position will remain a problem here. So knight d5, I guess. Aggressively placing the knight. Taking on e4. Maybe, I mean, it's a computer. It might just take the pawn. But feels very risky. Didn't calculate here, but like rook e1. It can be a dangerous strategy to give the computer some kind of material, even though you believe it is good. But okay, up to g6 or f5. Engine, very often they just take the material and you don't get sufficient compensation. Yep, Stockfish took that. Okay, it's slightly annoying actually. Maybe I should have done something a little bit more technical, but you want to use your material. This is what I tried here to get some play against the king, but engine is defending, of course, very well. So, okay, push that back. Maybe knight f4, knight h5. Oh, didn't see that one. But here I'm getting to trade lots of things. Bishop d5, I've got bishop h7. Yeah, I don't mind that. Come on, let's just trade stuff here. I'm still the rook up. Yeah, that's okay. I feel very confident about this now. With something straighted. Just take e5. Yeah, come on, let's get rid of that pretty much only developed piece that he had. Check first and then taking probably this and then taking e5. I also have knight f5, by the way. That can be a good idea as well. Okay, didn't mind that one. Now here I don't want to trade queens if possible, because his king position is so, or its king position is so bad. Yeah, I'm taking that pawn. Not because of the pawn, because of the avoidance of the queen trade. Yeah, my knight. Engine really insists. Yeah. Okay, come on, it's an endgame. An endgame with a piece up. And I'm getting the knight back into the game, or it gives me e4 pretty quickly, no. So I'm going to bring the knight back. Yeah, activate the rook here. Yeah, rook odds is a lot. So get the king up. This might be rook. Nah, rook d3. I mean, not really doing much. I go rook c7. So probably trying to get the pawn there. I get it. Keep everything. I don't need to return any material. Back. Don't want to give him f2. There's really no need to do that. How to coordinate though? Knight to d2 maybe, or maybe just f3 here, right? Nibbling at those pawns and getting a passer cannot be bad. Computer's time, I'm sorry, is running low. Yeah, I think I'm going to go up the board here, trying to decide the issue with my f-pawn. Yep, come on, like this. I don't want to bleed away too much material here. But it should win, huh? Rook e7. So maybe if I go back here, that seems simple. Rook b5, king e6, and now push the f-pawn. Oh, I'm blundering this. That's very stupid. That's very stupid. Computer actually resigns. Do I have a mate or something? I mean, I'm winning with the h pawn still, but I just blundered. I just blundered this that pawn there. Okay. Let's not screw this up. Knight here. H6 should win, huh? Rook h1, rook g3 threatens checkmate. Has to go back. Now I'm going over to g6 and promote the pawn. Or h7, h7. Rook g8. Nice, rook h7. Attention. Still some attention needed here. Rook g8, rook takes h7. That's very embarrassing. So how am I winning here? Rook over here for rook d7. Cannot take this. Yeah, I think this is doing the job. Wow, rook g8. That would have been rather awful. So I can now just go back here, right? Because I will promote the pawn pretty much regardless. Now rook d8, huh? Don't want to screw this up. Rook g8, and then I'm promoting. Yeah, still some shaky moments there, even with this rook odds. So I'm near the king. I'm near with the king, so that's really important. Let's go over there. Pick up the pawns. Yeah, I think by now we can accept the resignation, but okay, I can might as well play that to mate. Whatever, it's quickly done. I'm famous for having bad technique in this. Let's do it like that. I'm by far not quick with that, but at least it's nothing much can happen here. Quite fitting that when you start with an extra rook you would mate with the rook at the end. Okay, so that's the mate. Let me write down. I really won the first three here, but I'm sure it will be more tricky later. Set up position, and again I'm taking away a rook. So let's go d4 and see if I can keep my perfect score there. Queen's Gambit. Yeah, if I'm doing this again, please give me feedback. I might skip the queen up and rook up part, but I wanted to do this really just to get a feel for what happens. I think Danny Rensch lost one with the rook up. I mean, it's an engine, yeah. One stupid move can cost you the whole game. So let's open up a little bit. Would just be a very regular opening position with the rook on a8. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I can take on f6 for the sake of simplification, but bishop h4 also is certainly good. Just play normal moves. Like bishop out, castling short. It's really funny. It's a pretty normal position if there was a rook on e8. Okay, I think I'm going knight e5 now, or in the next move. unless he does something special. Nope. So let's activate this. Possibly go like f4. That might be an interesting attacking setup. You don't mind to trade here, of course. Yeah, just keeping everything nicely under control. So I can try to go for queenside play. Yeah, why not? I can go for the minority attack. Okay, so I will take. I take with the knight d takes. I'm giving away the b pawn. I don't think I want that. Yeah, I think d takes probably. Maybe just rook b1. No, I'm getting to trade more pieces even. Yeah, for b5 to isolate the c pawn. Right, at a6, I didn't see that. I sometimes just don't see the moves. Okay, ab5, it wasn't so clever, giving him the open, or giving it the open diagonal. But okay. Center is pretty strong. And that also renders the diagonal pretty useless, so there's e4, d5. Yeah, let's march everything forward. I think from now on I'm going to accept the resignation. Or, I don't know, it might be tricky if I'm really low on time or anything and the computer resigns. It might not be that clear in time under those circumstances. I mean, so I'm probably just going to play it out in every game. If the computer indeed offers resignation, but pretty soon we get to the point where it will be really difficult to play against the monster. So let's go there. Knight d5 next. Or can I go for f5? No, knight d5 is pretty good. Maybe to e7. No, come on. Let's kick that queen. Kick that queen, and it probably sounds very wrong to a monarchist. Okay, knight to e7, and now f5. Everything marching up. Just queen e4. No, it's probably stronger, yeah? Threatening e6. Yeah, the computer is now starting to resign. Yeah, no, well, anyway, I can do it like that. Just see that the pawn is is promoting. Stockfish is on 0 time, so might as well play that out. Well, that's quickly done, so why not? So, okay. Some kind of ladder mate here probably does the job. Okay, so that was, I've got 4 points out of that 12-point match, but it will get more difficult now. Now I'm going with night odds. New game, no. At least the games were fairly clear up to now. Didn't feel very shaky. Okay, now I've got knight odds. I wasn't sure if I should get knight odds or bishop odds. I think usually they remove the knight. Not sure if it's a big difference really. Makes it any more difficult or so. So I feel pretty confident that I can do stuff with the knight odds, but after that with the exchange odds it gets very difficult. I've seen games there where Sergei Movsesian, I think it was a longer time control of course, but where he really struggled with the exchange up. Yeah, and the exchange up is not so much. I mean, you blunder a pawn or something and then it's almost equal, right? Bishop d3, I think, just develop stuff. Position is very open, so that's pretty helpful actually. Oh, I can actually go queen e2, why not? Trading queens. Really? Yo, okay. I'm doing this. Maybe king takes. Don't mind that. With a knight up, trading queens is a good idea. So bishop g5 maybe. Yeah, let's develop everything here. Rook e8, is that a problem? Okay, I can go to f1. It still feels pretty safe. So what about this here? Come on, this is a pragmatic decision. Let's get rid of the knights so that I'm not falling to some stupid forks. Yeah, trading and simplifying is really a good recipe in any case when you have extra material, and this is especially true against an engine, I guess. Keep it simple is really an important concept there, even more so than against humans. And even there, it's my favorite motto. Not screwing up things is a good idea. Just do it with simple chess. d5 maybe. And then the knight to d4. Not a bad idea, really. Yeah, let's do that. It's It's not really along the lines of keep it simple, but I felt it's a good idea to activate. Knight comes to d4, looking at e6. Yeah, let's kick this away. Bishop to h6 maybe. No, all the way back. Okay, I wanted to go, come on. Oh wait, I can... Now he's got bishop g4, that could be actually annoying. So let's do this first. Yeah, I gave the pawn because I wanted stable outposts for my pieces, and this I got, and now I get further simplifications, making, I believe, things even easier. Come on. Okay, Rook c1. I'm down to 2 minutes, so I have to be a little bit careful there. How to proceed though? f4, f5 would be nice to get this pawn formation to move so that I can use the pieces properly. Now I think I can also double here, double on the c file for rook c8 or other simplifying ideas. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, it moves the pawn. Isn't rook c8 now interesting? Okay, it doesn't help that much, admittedly. But again, trading some stuff shouldn't be a bad idea. Now let's go here and then play f4. Freezing those pawns. So how to actually win? Getting the bishop over to d7 would help. I'm not quite sure if a5 is an option at any point. h4, and is h4 an issue? Guess not. Yeah, maybe just rook e1 here, right? Tying the computer down somewhat, or limiting options at least. If I can play somehow bishop over to f3, maybe this is an idea actually, to attack the h pawn and keep the pressure on e6. How is he defending things? Okay, he's jettisoning the pawn. I can still think about regrouping this, but not sure. Maybe I just go back here, and if he takes it, I have the h file. Trying to invade on the h file. Okay, if I check now there, it's king f7 and the knight is hanging. Yeah, well, okay, I can go knight b3. It doesn't help that much. I would have liked to go to f3 actually, but not possible. King g7, I have rook e6. Yeah, that's not so ideal. Knight coming to c5, but this can get somewhat tricky, really. My time, and not very much used to this interface, so it's not so easy for me to play quickly. Okay, I want to regroup this to e5 here. Oh, we trade it. Okay, I've got 19 seconds again. That's reassuring. So it doesn't feel like I would necessarily lose on time. So I'm trying to provoke some weaknesses if possible. It's not so easy really to get anywhere here. Pawn count is already somewhat low. It's also not helping. How do I do this? Attacking g4. Probably difficult to do anything without that move, ultimately. Again, pawn count is low. Keep e6 under attack. Somehow to e3 maybe. Am I winning after knight g4, bishop f4, bishop e6? Not sure if I can keep that pawn. Okay, I have to try. Might just be a draw. I think I cannot keep the pawn, right? Yeah, I had this suspicion that I cannot keep it, but I couldn't really do anything about it. So that's the first draw with piece odds. That's not good. Okay, so a draw with knight odds. New game. Yeah, that will be a close match at the end. I'm pretty sure about it. So again, set up position and taking away a knight. Let's win at least this one with a knight up. I don't really think it matters much what you play when you are a knight up here. I mean, I think that there are some differences actually with the f7 pawn missing. But we'll see. That was bad, really. Maybe I shouldn't really give him the pawn. That with a d5, the computer takes it and it's very tenacious at defending. So maybe that was a bad approach. Yeah, Queen's Gambit declined exchange. Oh, that's very nice. Getting to simplify a lot here. Yeah, and I'm taking f6 next move. Whatever he does. Pretty much. Yeah, okay, I don't need to take right away, so can play good. Now I'm taking, and e4. Yeah. Wow. Okay, if I'm not winning that one, it would be very embarrassing. It's again a piece up. Okay, so the engine has to take anyway, but I think I can actually take and play d5, so even getting rid of the isolated pawn. For knight f5. Rook c5, knight e4, rook e5. Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing way to screw things up. So yeah, it always has those checks there on f4 and so on. So maybe let's get the king out of those checks. And the engine cannot take here because of knight e6 check, so not blundering away the h-pawn. So maybe just keep that pawn. Some extra caution does not hurt. Okay, f2 is somewhat under attack, huh? Yeah, knight e2 looks passive, but I really don't want to give him that pawn, or give it the pawn. Always struggling with those he and her and so on when playing against an engine. So f3, rook d8. am I badly tangling myself up here? f3, rook d8. It's actually kind of tricky. Yeah, knight e2 looked bad, and it isn't really a good move. It's not so convenient here actually. How to do this? Okay. What about rook c1? So bishop d4, there's rook c8. Like a counter pin. Shooter might play b6. Amazing. It isn't so easy actually. Rook c1, b6. Rook d1 back. It's not really great, but yeah, so at least I'm untangling this. That was really a bad setup. And now, what now? Like f3, rook c2, move the knight or something. Okay, let's go f3 first. And you tend to get nervous against the computer. You really know if you make some kind of stupid move, it will kill you. Yeah? It's really like that. So computer wants to pile up on that knight. Is it already kind of serious here? It is kind of serious. Cannot move both knights. And rook c4 maybe. No, that's b5. Interesting. Interesting, really. Okay, let's do this. This is returning some material, but I'm really doing a bad job here. Yeah, I saw that, but I wasn't unhappy about this now, because exchange up is at least I'm not able to blunder the whole piece back, which which seemed kind of possible the way I played this. Wow. So I'm trying to regroup here with rook d1. It should be pretty. It should be winning really, this position. I have good coordination and I have a pretty straightforward now. Okay, this is a win now. The idea is to go to b5 and then sacrifice the exchange. That should should be quite clear. Maybe rook d5 was a bit more precise actually. Rook d5 now, there is f5. Yeah, but that does win, right? Come on, let's do it. f5, rook c5, bc5. Yep, so engine had to go back. Now I'm preventing any f5 business. And at the end I'm going to sacrifice on b6. I can flick this and okay, so it wants to do this. Do I go e5 here in this position? I don't know, I have to play some moves. Okay, I have to take some other way with the king. I have to watch the clock. It's not that easy again. Nah. 9 seconds. There's some way to go to c6. That would be nice, or on the 6th rank. And the 7th is good. Maybe I can get the h-pawn. Yeah, I think I can get the h-pawn. Okay. Just a little piece of progress there. Does that help? Not so much. Not quite clear how I'm doing this. This is at least very safe. Maybe I can just go around here. And I'm sorry. Oops. Wanted to go there. I'm trying to push h4. If the engine allows that. Maybe still over to c6. Okay, now I can push this. Yeah, I wondered when this would happen. So now, is it f6 or b6 falling now? Okay, this happened. Oh man. Can I get the king over? I think I can, huh? I can get the king over and then sacrifice. Yeah. Yeah. No! The pawn! Ah, no! Ah, no. I'm screwing this up again. Ah, crazy. Ah. Okay, let's not lose on time at least. Oh man. 2 draws with the piece up. That's bad. Pooh. Okay. And I had 2 completely winning endgames. Pieces up. Okay. Anyway. So let's do this now. Now we do the exchange up thing. How did that happen? Well, in the games, I saw that in the Mosesian game. I get a rook like this, huh? Yeah, probably like this. This is probably making sense. Okay, if I cannot win with the piece up, what is happening with the exchange up? Anyway, let's see what happens. I've got 5 points, so it's not yeah. But 2 times failing with the exchange up is with the piece up is really bad. Yeah, maybe you can try what you can do in this kind of setup. Can you beat the computer reliably? I mean, I actually should do that. It's really a bad performance. But yeah, crazy. Yeah, I have no particular strategy. I think I'm going to keep the game somewhat slow here and try to open it up step by step for my extra rook or my extra exchange. Don't mind this kind of slow opening. Yeah, the d4. Yeah, probably. Why not? I don't have great control over the e4 square. That is why I was hesitating for a moment. Simply because I don't have a knight anymore on c3. Yeah, so am I going for some trades now with knight e5? Yeah, maybe. Shouldn't be that bad an idea. It's maybe a slightly forthcoming, so I'm not entirely sure about this approach. But the best computer can do here is to set up some kind of hedgehog after the capture, and I mean that's not really a big deal. Let's use the rooks. Okay, so some opening up of the position is happening. I can take b5 and c5. Gives black some sort of activity. But if I take here, something bad happening here. Okay, knights get active rather quickly. I was thinking queen e3, but maybe knight g4 then is actually... No, then I have queen d4. So I can go to e3, there's nothing particularly wrong with that. Okay, so knight g4 on. Is this any problem? My bishop here is not a good piece, really isn't. And the knight is also not great. So let's do this. So then I have queen f3 in case of knight g4 and enabling me to take on c4 with this. Okay, so I think I will go queen f3 now. Not so much for the trade, but I want to free e3 as well, so that knight f1 e3 is an option. And e4 is opening up the diagonal, so I don't believe in this move. Okay, let's do what I have described earlier. Knight to e3 and f5 and so on. Okay, so knight e3, is there any big drawback there? At least it will trade stuff, I believe. Okay, so my next step is to make sure that my bishop is doing something. So I'm going rook here, rook d1, queen away, and bishop c1, this kind of thing. In some cases I can also sacrifice back on c5. Am I getting problems there with the b3 pawn? Maybe. Okay, let's do this. I have to go on that file anyway. In some cases I can really consider to sacrifice on c5 just for simplification. Queen c6, so bishop e3, queen f3 for bishop c1. I think that I can play anyway. I mean, the only purpose of the bishop on c1, on b2, was to at some point maybe take on e5, but I don't see that happening. 1 minute 15. I really have to watch the clock here. It's not so big, this clock display, and I tend to not see that it is my move. Okay, not doing that much really. Bishop d2. Not sure if that helps. I can try this. Bishop e3. I mean, the computer will probably prevent this. If I get in bishop e3, I'm in very good shape. Bishop e3, a b3, bishop c5. It can take on a2, I guess, and that's not good. I wonder if I should really take on c5 sometime and transpose to some kind of endgame. It's not a bad endgame. Queen on with rook on d7. Bishop e3 takes bishop c5, ab2, huh? Bad. Okay, come on, let's do that. Oh, I wanted to go rook d7, but I overlooked that takes queen a1 is happening. That's bad. Okay, let's get off this now. That's already a failure, that idea. I mean, I am a bit better in this position, but not in any way, not anywhere near what I was thinking. I thought I could go rook d7, but it's simply not. It simply wasn't on. I mean, at least it looks like this endgame is better here with the better bishop. "11 seconds. So just queen d5 or... come on, I don't have time here. If I take with the pawn, e-pawn, am I actually better there? Maybe. Maybe I'm better. Getting the c5 pawn, is that possible? His computer is tied to the pawn. Am I too ambitious here? Maybe I am. With 8 seconds on the clock. Shoot. Okay, come on. Take the draw. 5 seconds is too little. Seconds. Okay, f3, there's e4. Don't want that. Just stay here now with the rook. Not sure if I can offer a draw or something, but it will probably repeat now. Yeah, 3/4 repetition for a draw. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad, but it wasn't great either. I was really thinking I could play Rook d7 here when I gave the exchange back, which was probably not a great decision here. I took here, and now I wanted to go Rook d7, and I was thinking I'm kind of tying black a little bit down there with the bishop not moving. I cannot draw here, I think. Probably I can, but I don't know how. Rook on d7, and he cannot move the bishop on e7, but he can. Computer can just take on b3, play queen a1, and then I'm tied to c1 on the back rank. At least the resulting position was okay for me. So I got another draw here with the exchange up. At least I've not lost yet against the beast. Okay, so new game with the exchange up. Again, set up position, and I took away this. Oops, sorry, this, and black's rook, right? So okay, and a new one. So how many points do I have? 5.5. So I'm closing the 50% mark, but you know it gets noticeably more difficult. Yeah, a big difference to, I mean, I've played those computer games before. A big difference to the games there is that those engines that I played on chess.com and also on Lichess, I think a couple of, like last week or something, I'm not quite sure, 1 or 2 weeks ago. A big difference is that those engines are purposely toned down to play weaker than they actually can. But this is like full power on that machine, and that makes a pretty substantial difference. You also see that the engine is really investing some time, so it is not playing those instant moves that the other engines like on chess.com and on Lichess like they do it. Okay, c5. Not sure if I want knight f5 there. Knight f3 leads to a pin. No, it looks fairly unnatural, but I want a knight on c3 here. That looks like the best square. Yeah, currently the rook is not yet felled, or the exchange is not yet felled. Yeah, the exchange is somewhat, very often a little bit, I think, overestimated. You can, in fact, in many positions, you can sacrifice exchanges. Very often an exchange for a pawn is totally enough. And here, okay, there's no pawn, but currently it's not quite clear that my rook on a1 is doing much. In fact, it is clear. It's doing nothing. Wrong way to phrase it. Oh, it's my move. I actually didn't see that. I think that this had cost me a lot in those matches, in these games here, that I actually didn't see that it's my move. Really have to somehow pay more attention there. Okay, maybe some strengthening move here so that nothing can go to g4. To play it cautiously here. But how do I actually use my rook? Queen d2 maybe, like queen d2, rook d1. Yeah, that's not bad. Or is there some kind of activity like with b5 and stuff? Well, it's not. Doesn't feel very problematic. So one thing I have to be aware of whenever he goes or it goes knight d4, yes, there is this possibility of bishop h3 sometimes, with taking and then knight f3 forking me. I wonder, bishop e3, bishop h3, knight d4, cd4. Not sure if this is helping in any way. Moving the king, however, seems a bit wrong. King h2 or so, that feels very unnatural. But maybe. Yeah, it's not a very natural move. So what am I doing actually? Bishop e2 or something for bishop e3? Maybe computers got b5. Can also think about e5, simply trying to open up the position. I don't know, I have to play a move, cannot think forever here. b5 might be an issue here. Yeah, it felt a bit tricky already with b4 coming. Knight on d4 is a huge issue. So I think I go back here, b4, bishop d4. Probably loses a pawn, but I'm glad if I can somehow keep that activity in stock. So this. Yeah, it loses a pawn, but anyway. So knight e4 will come, and now queen where f4. f4. I'm really not sure where to go here. Okay, but I'm down to 18 seconds. Oops. This will be tricky with the time. Very tricky. Bishop g5 is very serious already, I guess. Don't have many squares. And bishop d6. Oh wow. At least I'm not blundering the queen there, but that looks bad. Very clearly bad. Yeah, here we go. That's the comp for you. Okay, I'm going to let him demonstrate how I'm getting killed here. Maybe just knight c3, but a queen g5 it will probably win somehow. Yeah, it was that was very, very bad. Huh? So how am I actually losing? I mean, I'm not really doubting that, but okay, I have 3 seconds. Queen g5 and then capturing on f2 probably. No, this one, okay. At least I didn't get checkmated. Surprised that I'm still kind of playing. Of course it is bad, but oh, f2 hangs. Nah, I have no move. Okay, wow. So that's the first loss. Yeah, that wasn't a really great position, huh? How did I screw that up? I probably played this too passively, or I'm not quite sure really where it went. Oops. How do I do that? Like this. I'm not quite sure where it went so downhill. I probably chose some wrong setup. The queen d2, rook d1. Here that already, I mean, I don't believe I'm worse. I cannot really believe that, but it gets tricky. It gets really tricky now. Bishop h3, all kinds of weird things are in the position. Okay, so I've got 5.5 points. That's not so bad. So 1.5 point until I'm leveling. I'm surely leveling to match. I'm sure to level the match. Wow. So this is now it gets really tricky. Where is it? Position. Going to remove the F pawn. Yeah, so I'm just a pawn up. It is the F pawn, admittedly, so that should help a little bit. But let's see what happens. Okay, E4. Many openings get tricky now, like the Sicilian. Queen H5 wins a pawn. So what do we get here? Some kind of French defense? Yeah, I think I'm going to play the advance. I mean, the open F-file might come in handy for him, for it. But it also has some consequences in terms of king safety. So, okay. I'd really love to at least draw this match. Yeah, I can take, but not sure how bad it really is. So let's develop. Yeah, the thing is, pawn is nice, of course, but you also open up files that the engine with its tactical wizardry can sometimes just use to its advantage. So am I going A3 before here, or I can think of trying to open the position with C4, but it's very much, it's not really anti-computer. Okay, let's be solid. G6 bishop G7, no? I guess I'm going to try A4 before, trying to make my center more solid. Yeah, that's a funny thing is with the exchanger, you would think that you want to open the position so that the rooks have files, but I think the opposite is true. You rather want the position to be closed and open it up slowly, because if you open the position quickly, I think the minor pieces do gain in strength considerably. Okay, can I not go like with H4, H5? Isn't that an attack? Come on. Okay, black will get this, but I still have this attack. Want to be ready to take and exchange on A8. I mean, the base of my pawn chain, not so easy to attack. Let's do this. So, yeah, Queen A1, Queen A2 maybe. But then I go Queen C1. Is that really good? Okay, I think I have to protect this so that the knight is not having some kind of wacky discovery. So here, or is it really getting counterplay there? Rook B8 and stuff. Bishop A3 maybe. This one, okay. Yeah, okay, maybe I should just trade queens here. It's still a pawn, so I shouldn't be married to that idea of delivering a checkmate. And I have the B file, so come on, that's just a nice endgame. Okay, the Rook A1 for that self pin. Yeah, I'm pinning the Rook. That should be okay. How to do this? I'm really feeling I can do something here. Maybe h4, knight g5. I need the knights. I definitely need the knights. Let's do this for a possible knight g5. Don't want to fall to a tactic, but I don't see anything tactical happening here. Okay, so we get the rooks traded and this traded. There is one weakness in my camp, however, that is the c3 pawn. There's possibly knight b5 coming and bishop a5. That's not so easy actually to fight against. I can go knight to d1, but there will be tactics with knight takes d4. Amazing. I need the knight on e2. Can I get it there? g4, knight b5, knight g3. And this would give away, well, he cannot take h4, I believe, because of g5. Yeah. Okay, and now bishop a5, there's knight e2, and I'm covering d4. Okay, I didn't see that move. I hope it's not fatal. Bloody engine. But now g5, right? Cutting this off. So it has to take. It doesn't have to take. Oh, stupid. It doesn't have to take. And bishop e1, it takes g5. Oh no. Ah, shoot. Oh, losing this is unspeakably bad. Oh my god. I really shouldn't do that. Starting with a pawn up in that bloody endgame. Oh my. And it's really directly lost. Directly lost. Cannot even fight here. Bishop c1, b2. I cannot keep the pawn. Christ, how can I resign here? I don't even know why I resign here. This, no. I don't see a clear button to resign. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm resigning this officially. Shoot. Okay, new game. That really looked okay. So take away the f pawn and see what happens. Okay, I at least want one more draw to to level this match. So okay, I mean, no particular reason why I switched to d4. I just want to try around here a little bit. I'm not sure that I want the pin, really. Let's not allow the pin. Like a Nimzo with the f-file open. Yeah, I'd rather have a Queen's Gambit with the f-file open. Wow. A Tarrasch without an f-pawn? Are you serious? That looks wrong, but it's hard to argue with that computer. So what now? If I take f6 there, let's do it. So e3 is looking very normal. Yeah. Yeah, let's just go e3. So, but how do I position my pieces here? I think Angel will probably play c4 to keep things closed. And now, do I actually play bishop e2 here or not? Or rather go for a fianchetto? I think I do this. I can still play knight d2, bishop f3 if I want to put pressure on the pawn. I want to play, I want to develop quickly here, not wasting any time. And I have b3 coming up. b3 now. What is the point here for the computer? Rook c1 or so. Yeah, I'm going for this. Just looks normal. I think rook c1 I can take on c4. Oh, this one. I didn't see that one coming. Is it a problem though? If I'm going queen c2 here. Let's do this. Bishop a3, rook b1. No. Okay, so just maybe taking everything and go b5. That's interesting. This idea is known, of course, from this kind of position, but usually with black having some g-pawn, it's probably not a huge difference. I mean, everything is happening on the queen side here. So maybe I'm going back to c1 here, stepping out of b4 with tempo, and maybe prepare a4. a4, that's knight a5 though. Have to keep that in mind. Maybe this one. And then a4 next. Can I go a4 now, or is this not doing anything? Still he's got... Okay, it's a blitz game. Let's do it. Maybe c3 actually. Rook c3, knight d4. Tactics. Okay, if I go to b1, then b4, I'm playing without a knight, so I have to go here. No big choice. Okay. Bishop f5. No, I'm getting slaughtered here. No, okay. I cannot really resign here. I don't see how I can do that. But that's it. Okay. Sorry, voice is failing me. So new position. Okay, so I'm trying with e4 again now. Wow, that French game wasn't that good. Wasn't that good for me. So I'm trying this again. And also you can argue about the exchange variation, really. Come on, let's do that and see what happens here. Actually, if he takes with the pawn and I'm checking, sorry. I just thought about this. Is this not the queen trade? I mean, it's not the most elegant way ever to play, but it is the queen trade, right? Yeah. So okay, let's play this end game here, pawn up, or end game, queenless middle game with a pawn up. At least that seems fairly simple to play. Maybe I should have gone bishop d3. Make sure that I can trade a bishop coming to f5. I'm happy about the queen trade. That's really good. Okay, so I think I'm actually really going to take knight f3 and castle's short. Oops. So what is the engine doing? Maybe a possible c5. Rook e8 to e2 is also an option. So let's do this. Maybe really c5. No, this. Tja, my development is really bad. Really bad. And I'm a bit worried about c5 coming. Yeah, I mean, it's not that I'm not seeing this, but it's difficult to prevent. Bishop e3, maybe returning something. Or g4 here, maybe g4. Then bishop e3, that's also not great. Wow. Yeah, that passive play, it ultimately gets to you. Okay, if I take knight takes, knight coming to d3, yeah, that's really, really annoying. It's hard to believe that I can stand this. Okay, so let's return that pawn for development. Not sure. Not sure really. Okay, I was always thinking a knight takes, bishop takes, knight f3. Computer doesn't take it. That's an interesting decision. And probably not a bad one. Yeah, it could be weakening. Bishop e3 next. Yeah, I think it's rook c8 or something, probably. And I don't know if I can really... Okay, rook c1, that's not happening then. Rook b2, rook b1, I take b7. Okay, so... rook here and I take b7. Let's take this. Computer will take the a pawn. Is there a way to get rid of the b pawn? Like b3 and maybe b3 and later b4. Oh, computer does that for me actually. So we trade this. I don't know. Forward? Maybe the check here. Bishop takes, I mean, should be really okay. I think I'm totally okay here. So I had to take this. And now let's see, king e3. No, I can take h7. Computer takes f2. No, okay, I'm taking this. I just have to trade g and h pawns. That should be possible. g4. I would like to have a little bit more time here, just a little bit, to make sure. That's already not so great. But okay, I can go h4, then h5, right? Come on. Not passively, please. Maybe computer can go g5, like here, then g5. Yeah, this still has some kind of, this still sets some kind of problem. Eight seconds. Okay. So 10 seconds. That's okay. So I'm going to draw this. That's good. So I can just stay on the first rank here for the draw. Whew, that's good. And I can play many moves quickly here. I don't even need the third rank defense here, the Philidor position. With the g-pawn, that's enough. So, well, I'm going to play that out, just in case that somebody doesn't believe me that this is a dead draw. Could actually stop here. So I'm glad that I managed to fight myself to a draw there from that bad position, that passive position. How many moves? We have that for 16 moves now. Okay, so computer finally has pushed that forward. If I'm leaving the first rank, I'm getting checkmated. So please note that. But I can really just stay passive here. One of the very few instances where you can play entirely passively, but still draw in the rook endgame. That's only really possible against the b and g pawn. It's kind of silly. I have to do this for until move 110. Yeah, now I can start checks on the third rank, or yeah, let's do that. I can check here and can stay on the third rank now. Okay, so this is another way to end things. Please trade. No. Okay, so I'm stopping this here now. It's an increment after all, so I cannot lose on time. So I got the draw here. That's cool. So new game. And this means I'm at least drawing this match. I've got 6 points. I'm leading 6-5 against the engine. So will I tie this match only, or maybe I can scrape another draw? Come on, set up position. So that was rather promising, no? With that. But the endgame that I had was not good, right? Let's see what the engine does now. Again, the French. I'm not sure if it is somehow programmed to vary. Wow. That looks nice actually with the bishop on c4. So knight g5, bishop c5, like a Truxler without the f-pawn. That's probably not a big difference. Funny. So what am I doing here? I can do... Isn't one of those lines, shouldn't that be good, yeah? Without the f-pawn? Like black takes and castling or so. Those lines, I mean, they are dangerous anyway. And without the f-pawn, I mean, dangerous. If black knows this stuff, they're not dangerous, but they're tactical. This is what I was mostly thinking of. So let's take this. I don't see black taking on e4. No. To a5. Wow. So just back to d3, or... Yeah, I mean on b3 it gets taken, so... maybe the check actually. Bishop d7, I have knight e6 kind of ideas. Huh. I don't know if it's any good, but I have the idea. But is that good? Knight e6? It just trades lots of stuff. Now let's just do this and go knight c3. Yeah, it's decent control. And bishop like b3, bishop e3, like Maroczy style. That at least is something that I know. Bishop e3, computer. Okay, it goes back. It goes back immediately. Develop here. I still cannot believe I drew 2 games with a knight up, but But it seems that this kind of distribution is not that bad. I mean, at least this is a kind of competitive thing. I've got 6 points, about even. Okay. No, both looks decent. Always glad if there's some kind of simplification happening. Feels like it's less likely for me to blunder something stupid. Is D5 coming up, or let's look at this. Maybe I can play knight d5. We go knight d5 now. I mean, he cannot take 2 times. Now that looks nice actually, as e7 hangs. Wow, that's really just a complete pawn for not much, if anything. Go back, or is this passive? It's a bit passive. Don't want to play g3 though. You have to be careful, it really auto moves that. So, okay. A draw is the match victory, so I'd rather keep the draw in hand if possible here. So I have some kind of deja vu here in this position, like I had this kind of thing before. Anyway. So I've got a queen endgame, a pawn up. And a fairly safe looking position. Okay, there's some kind of counterplay coming. Takes queen a4, but I can always probably draw with some perpetual there. I really don't mind that. If it takes here queen a4, I'm going to take the perpetual and just be happy with my match victory. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. I'm really happy with that draw here. Yeah, come on. Woo. It's a bit anticlimactic, but I really like to wrap this up. So this is a final draw. So the final standings of this is I've won. I probably will just make some kind of info table there. That's probably easier. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, I know the queen odds or so were not that thrilling, but it got tough at the end. It really got. I mean, I didn't win a single game. I won 4 games with queen odds and rook odds, and after that I only managed to scrape some draws. Yeah, if you feel that wasn't any good, try yourself. It's not easy at all. Okay, hope you enjoyed the games. Thanks for watching.